It's time for Ryan's Roses right now on 102.7 Kiss FM. All right. Let me grab Lori Manhattan Beach, who's reached out to us via email. Lori, thank you for listening in Manhattan Beach. Let me see here. So your husband and you are planning on a vacation for a few days, huh? Between Christmas and New Year's before the end of the year?
Yeah, we were supposed to go with another couple.
Okay, and now what's gone wrong? Why can't he do it?
My husband keeps saying that he has too much on his plate and mentioned it with work, but he works a corporate job. So it's pretty slow this time of year, so it doesn't add up. And he mentioned I should just go away with my friends, but I don't know. I can't.
Hold on, I'm confused. Yeah. If he has too much on his plate, how can he get away with his friends?
Oh, sorry. He said I should go away with my friends.
Oh, you should go away with your friends because he's busy. And you don't believe it because his job wouldn't call for something like that?
Days for his job, so it just doesn't make sense.
Wait, what does he do for work? Your phone kind of cut out.
He just has a corporate 9-to-5 job.
Come on.
They're kind of shut down. I know. So I just feel like something.
Everything shuts down that week.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can't figure it out.
Okay, so Lori, why is it that because he says, you're married, you should be able to trust each other. He should tell you something you believe in. Why is it you don't believe that he has things to do?
Well, I am hoping I'm just being paranoid. I've been cheated on a lot in the past and was engaged to someone and they cheated with a coworker. So I do get a little triggered when he says he can't go because of work. But I just can't get over that his work is so dead during this time. So why can't he go?
Okay. So Lori, hold on for 1 second. We can go for it. We can make this call before the holidays to see what's up. So Ryan's Roses continues in just a second. We are in Ryan's Roses right now, so don't move. If you missed Lori telling us about her husband, she tells us he says he's too busy between Christmas and New Year's Eve. They were going to have a trip. He's got, quote, too much on his plate, and he's encouraging her to go off with her friends. She doesn't believe him because she thinks his job is dead. It's a dead week. So she thinks something's going on. She just wants to know. Why is he encouraging her to go off with her friends? She thinks that seems suspect. Right. So, Lori, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then his name on Kiss. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss.
You got it. Right now. Be very quiet till we find out what's going on, until we tell him he's on the air, Lori, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this Brett?
This is he.
Hi, Brett. My name is Penny. I'm calling from Penny's Pretty Petals. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So actually, I make unique rose flower arrangements and deliver in the Manhattan South Bay area. And today we're offering a free dozen red roses that you can actually send to anybody that you'd like. My arrangements are free for you. We're just trying to do this promotion about once a month for local residents. And what I ask is that if you like my arrangements, then you refer me to friends and family, and hopefully you come back as a paying customer one day. But for today, this is absolutely free. I don't need cash. I don't need credit cards. I don't need anything from you. We can start with a note to whoever you want to send them to, and they're absolutely free.
Yeah, as much as I love free flowers, and free is so rare these days. I can, instead of flowers, do you do Christmas wreaths? Is that something you could do?
A Christmas wreath? I've never done one, but I am up for the challenge. Okay.
Yeah, just because I don't have anybody to send them to, so I guess maybe send them to a homeless shelter. I don't know what the note would just say, have a Merry Christmas, or just, something to help people pick up their spirit for the holidays.
Sure, I can do that as well. In addition to that, is there anybody in your life that you would just want to send flowers to as well?
How many free things do you give out?
I can definitely do that as well. And just if you have a wife or mom or anybody in your life that you would want to send flowers to on your behalf.
Honestly, if that were the case, just send out 2 homeless wreaths. Then I mean,
Okay,
just try to
Brett, your voice is
possible.
being broadcast on the radio. I need to jump in here. My name is Ryan Seacrest, and your voice is on the air. Thank you for the generosity and kindness in sending this to others that may appreciate it this time of year. But, Brett, we're here for a reason. I've got your wife, Lori, on the line. I'm just going to tell you what she told me. She thinks that there's a reason why you're pushing her to go off with her friends between Christmas and New Year's Eve. She doesn't believe you have to work and you have too much on your plate. So she's curious. What is the real reason why you're trying to get her to leave town, Brett?
Okay, well, Ryan Seacrest, thanks for asking. It's what I told her. There is not a real reason. There's not like I'm not doing anything shady. I just don't want to go on the trip. I mean, like, that should just be it. Like, we don't.
You don't want to go on the trip? You don't want to spend time with your wife?
Look, I don't mind spending time with my wife. I just don't want to go with another couple. It's just I don't.
You don't
wanna
like
go
the
with,
couple?
It's more complicated than that, I would say. Let's just say that there's some issues and leave it at that.
Well, what are the issues and why is it complicated? Your wife Lori wants to know.
You know what? I mean, if Lori wants to discuss this again at home, we can do that too, or you could just tell her. But
Right, well, Lori, what is the complication? Do you know what he's talking about?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm curious to know what the complication is. So, Brett, here's the thing, bro. Why don't you just tell your wife that? Why act like there's too much on your plate and send her to go off their friends? Why not just say you think it's complicated with this other couple for whatever reason? Why not just tell her?
Because she keeps insisting. She's like, "Hey, we got to go away with these guys. We got to go and have some fun. Let's do these things." And I said to her, I was like, "Look, you can go with your friends or whoever and have a trip by yourself, or I would love to go on a trip with just you, just me and you. Let's do that."
Did he say that to you, Lori?
I don't love my
Did
wife.
he tell you that? Did he say it like that?
He mentioned it later, but I feel like it's rude because we already had plans with them for like a few months. So I feel like we need to follow through. We can't just cancel.
All right, let me distill this down to a thought, and I'm going to let you guys figure this out. Brett and Lori, the fact that you guys can't communicate is not good. And number two, the fact that your wife, Brett, thinks you're cheating on her because you're asking her to go off with her friends is bad. There must be a root reason why her head goes to that place. So I think the two of you need to spend some time alone together without the friends, without the other couple, and talk about this. Otherwise, it's going to go the wrong way in 2023.
And maybe you just be honest with the other couple. If you're
Yeah,
that good of friends with them, Lori, just be like, "Hey, like me and Brett
we
are going.
need time.
Yeah,
Clearly,
we're going through
you
some
guys
stuff."
need to focus on yourselves because your wife, Brett, thinks you're cheating on her when you disappear. And there's a reason for that. So you got to find out why. I do want to go back to that Ryan's Roses. Like,
Okay.
you got problems when you think that the other person's cheating just because they're not around. I want to armchair quarterback. Tubbs, is that right?
I think that's the phrase.
Yeah. So I want to armchair quarterback for a second. Going back to Ryan's Roses, you've got Lori who writes to us, and she says that her husband is encouraging her to go off their friends between Christmas and New Year's and canceling a trip that they were going to have. And she thinks, oh, he's pushing me out because he's cheating. So why? Like, there's stuff going on in that relationship, even if he's not.
Right.
That just because he's not around, she thinks he's with another woman. That is a huge issue.
The fact that her brain went there, 100%.
And then we get him on the line. He doesn't want to send the roses to his wife or whatever to his wife.
Yeah, good
He didn't
point.
even acknowledge her. He didn't even bring her up. So it was like he intentionally didn't send the roses to his wife. I'm reading into that. And then he says, I don't want to go with this other couple that she wants to go with on this trip. Although I thought they were going alone. So I'm a little confused. Were they not going on a trip alone? Were they always going with another couple?
No, she mentioned the couple thing in the email.
All right. So, well, they need time alone. They got enough communication issues. They need to forget about everybody else and focus on themselves. But I wonder why, Sisney. Like,
Clearly.
Why did he cryptically say, I don't want to go with this other couple? It's complicated. Like, what's going on with that other couple and this couple?
Maybe
Like,
there's
just-
maybe
right,
there is
exactly.
maybe there is a reason for the wife to be second
Right? Maybe
guessing.
maybe he
Well, maybe
eyes
there's-
the other couple's wife.
Maybe there is some stuff going on.
Maybe somebody's just annoying in the other couple.
That
I'm
too.
telling you, who was texting about White Lotus last night?
Me.
Oh, can you guys stop?
We're not
no
going to give it
spoilers.
away.
I know how Tanya is sometimes, and she just like she'll say something and it'll
No,
ruin
but
it for me.
it's the same thing. Look, I mean, that Ryan's Roses could have been in White Lotus.
Yeah, true.
We don't know. If you think of White Lotus, we don't know why he thinks it's complicated. But if you watch White Lotus, there's a whole plethora of complications it could be.
Plethora.
You were like angry with him.
Me?
Yeah, I had to turn down my headphones. You were like yelling.
I wasn't yelling. I was just emphatic.
Well, I had to turn down my headphones. I was like,
Well, you must have had him up too loud.
Stop.
You're hearing all right?
you were yelling.
No, the guy was. I didn't. I need the guy. Something's going on. I think something's going on with that guy.
Yeah. I
But
don't
it does
I'm not
frustrate me a
arguing
little
with that.
bit. It does frustrate me a little bit when he is, he's telling us this stuff and it's complicated, but he won't tell us why. And his wife thinks he's cheating, but he won't tell us any information. So I don't know. I felt like we were going in circles for a minute.
It's interesting that the wife said it wasn't until later that he said he wants to go on a vacation with just her. Because at first he says, I don't want to go on this trip. I don't want to go on this trip. And then later he said, I want to go with just you. She says he didn't say that until later.
But as their unofficial DJ therapist, they need to spend time alone together. Vanessa, what do you think about that call, Ryan's Roses, you heard a few minutes ago?
So I have a theory. It's either one of two things. Either one, he has a thing for the other woman, or the other guy has a thing for his wife.
You know what?
Because there's such strong feelings.
So in my head, it's an X, right? So on one side of my page, I see two people. On the other side, I see two people, and I crisscross them, and they're linked to the opposite diagonal lines, and that's what I was picturing as well. So either he's been caught looking at her, or she's been caught looking at him, the other her and him. I think it distills down to that, Vanessa. I like that theory. In my mind, I think you're probably right.
One drunken night.
I think it has to be that.
It's complicated, he said. The two of them need to spend Christmas alone together. Or
Yeah.
they have kids. I can't remember. But all right, Vanessa, thank you for listening. I like the way you just sort of break it down.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, take care.